I still remember the day I first met him.
You were coughing all night. You should see a doctor.
I ran into Joe on my way to school this morning.
Do you think this tie matches this suit? Long hair suits you better.
I like my hair short. We can alter your jeans if they don't fit you. You must wash your hands before handling food.
The worker was injured while operating a forklift. How do you think we should deal with this problem?
Men and women must be treated equally in the workplace.
I'll come to your office at 2. Will that be okay?
This restaurant is too noisy. Let's go to a quiet place. Come and visit me when you come to the United States.
Waiter, bring me more coffee, will you?
Here, take this newspaper to Dad.
Lisa, why are you carrying such a heavy suitcase?
I hit Barry back because he hit me first.
The drummer began to beat the drum slowly. You should strike while the iron is hot.
You must knock before you open the door.
Did you receive the email I sent you yesterday?
Oh, no, I can't accept this gift. It looks very expensive.
Never take his words at face value.
The police suspected Ron's part in the bank robbery.
Jim said he finished the work, but I doubt it.
Consumers questioned the quality of the food they were buying. Do you want me to get anything from the store?
He acquired a PhD after many years of study. Most people work hard to earn a living.
She gained both fame and wealth by writing that book.
In the forest, he was chased by a black bear. Here are some footsteps. Let's follow them.
If you have a dream, pursue it until you obtain it. I woke up, but immediately fell asleep again.
I got up early this morning and took a walk in the park.
I stayed up until my husband came home. What happened?
Oh, just a small accident. Mistakes are bound to occur.
A fire broke out in my neighborhood this morning.
In 1953, a military coup took place in Iran.
I'm teaching my dog to fetch sticks. I'll tell you her secret, but don't tell it to anyone else.
Can you show me how to use this machine? I'll lend you my car for the weekend.
I rented a small apartment near my office.
I owe my parents $2,000. May I use your bathroom?
Go right ahead. Can I borrow $10 till tomorrow?
Palestinians said Israel will never defeat them.
Who won the game between the Rockets and the Lakers?
We have to overcome life's difficulties one by one.
Did you notice the ring he was wearing?
She was aware that Steve had a girlfriend.
Do you realize how much you hurt her with your harsh words? Oh, I didn't recognize you in that nice business suit.
Let's set a time for our next meeting. Let's fix a time for our next meeting.
We've decided to accept the offer.
The price is determined by supply and demand.
I asked many times, but they refused to help.
She coldly rejected my proposal of marriage.
A Times spokeswoman declined to comment on the news. Don't interrupt me when I'm on the phone.
The car accident obstructed the road for several hours.
Exercise regularly to prevent a metabolic disorder.
Excessive legislation hinders rather than promotes development.
Teenagers and their parents seldom agree.
Neither of her parents consented to the marriage.
The majority of Americans approve of cosmetic surgery.
I was reprimanded by my boss for misplacing some valuable papers. Mothers, don't scold your children all day long.
I got told off for coming home late.
My parents insisted that I should become a lawyer.
Galileo maintained that the earth turned around the sun. I am not merely asserting my own view of the matter.
The engineer claimed all the credit for the invention.
You can look up the train times online.
The doctor examined my eyes and put eye drops in them.
I checked my essay for spelling and grammar mistakes.
Police are investigating the causes of the accident.
When did you find your passport was missing? When did you find out your passport was missing?
I'm so sorry to learn of Leonard's death.
Do you know the name of this flower in English?
See, Mike? I warned you not to trust her. Okay, I believe you. I'm sorry.
Do you believe in life after death? When are you going to throw away these empty boxes?
They were fined £10,000 for illegally dumping industrial waste.
They finally gave up all hope of being saved.
She abandoned us and went off with another man. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you when I said that.
We are going to have a potluck party on Saturday afternoon. This is my right, and I intend to exercise it.
You lead and I'll follow.
May I continue?
Go on.
Her third marriage lasted only 3 months.
I'm seeing a very nice girl from Australia.
I went out with Tim for a year, but we broke up. Jane and me? No problem. We're getting along just fine.
Mark is associating with some bad people.
I like to read lying on the couch.
Go to bed early. You have a busy day tomorrow.
I fell asleep as soon as I crawled into bed.
Last night I couldn't get to sleep until after midnight. I'm just getting on an express train to Yokohama.
I ride my bike to and from school every day.
I'd rather take the train than drive to work. He speaks very good English.
I talk to my boyfriend on the phone every night. You won't tell Mom, will you?
You quoted him wrongly. He didn't say that.
Please name your favorite sports team.
Don't blame others for your own mistakes.
At first, the Academy criticized Newton's theory of gravity.
The Prime Minister was accused of doing too little too late.
I'm studying biology at university.
Children learn foreign languages more easily than adults.
You must work harder to pass the test.
The ozone layer protects us from the sun's UV rays.
The dog guards the house when the family is not at home.
My father and grandfather fought to defend this country.
He was looking this way but did not see me.
I watched the final day of the sumo tournament on TV.
I've seen that movie 3 times already.
Will you hold my bag just for a minute?
Excuse me, do you have a pen I could borrow?
Mr. James is rich. He owns many businesses.
He was found guilty of possessing cocaine.
We expect our business to do well next year.
Clearly, he had anticipated the question and planned a response.
Economists had predicted that 500,000 jobs would be lost in May.
What's the meaning of this word? This sentence does not make sense. Please explain.
The decision was of great significance to us.
She usually leaves the office at about 6 p.m.
When was this company established?
A religious corporation is a corporation created for religious purposes.
I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so I ate it.
She couldn't contain her emotion and burst into tears.
These events led to a rise in anti-American sentiment. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you.
I highly recommend visiting it if you get the chance. I'm saving this dress for a special occasion.
There were no other customers in the store when I went in.
Our hotel offers free breakfast to all guests.
All visitors must sign in at reception and wear a badge.
The spectators stood up and cheered the players.
Neither the driver nor the passengers were injured.
The CEO has an annual salary of $700,000.
The workers went on strike, demanding a wage increase.
I'm looking for a job with better pay.
He's been to countries all over the world.
After the referendum, Ghana became a one-party state.
Is that what we as a nation desire? I think not.
There is no cause and effect relationship between the two.
When do your exam results come out?
If you do something wrong, you must face the consequences.
It's too early to predict the outcome of the general election.
For all its faults, I love this country.
The car is being recalled for possible safety defects.
I have a lot of shortcomings, but laziness isn't one of them. Please keep this in mind when answering questions.
I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
She may be old in years, but she is young in spirit.
There was a pop quiz in history today.
I'm taking my final exams next week.
An HIV infection can be detected through a blood test.
The police are investigating the kidnapping case.
There was a shooting incident at the local nightclub last night. The advent of the steam engine was a major event in human history.
This blog is about daily happenings, thoughts, and family events.
What kind of job do you have?
The prisoners were forced to do hard labor.
It's hard work, but the pay's good.
Only qualified people are up to this task.
Fortunately, business is thriving.
He has a habit of blinking his eyes when he's nervous.
In this area, many ancient customs have been preserved.
Exchanging calling cards is a common business practice.
He has an outgoing personality and a gentle temperament.
He was looking a bit serious, which was out of character for him.
This campaign is vague in nature.
His behavior has been odd recently.
The Ethics Committee unanimously censured his conduct.
Take swift action when earthquakes occur. We condemn any act of violence, be it against humans or animals.
As a boy, I got into many fights with other kids.
The conflict led to a war between India and Pakistan.
The Battle of Stalingrad was one of the fiercest battles of World War II.
Shibuya is a popular shopping district in Tokyo.
The Amazon is the world's largest tropical rainforest region.
Swans come to rest in this area in winter.
Draw a line through the center of the circle.
There's something lying in the middle of the road. Paris was the center of the art world until the middle of the 20th century.
A person who commits a crime is tried by law.
He doesn't feel any guilt about what he did.
Do you know the Bible says gluttony is a sin?
Driving without a license is a traffic offense.
Many medications can impair your ability to drive.
The stadium has a seating capacity of 45,000.
This task is beyond the capabilities of any computer.
Is there no other way of contacting him?
Most teachers use traditional teaching methods.
He behaved in an arrogant manner and mocked us.
What's the procedure for applying for the scholarship? What's the purpose of your visit, business or pleasure?
I've reached my goal of losing 10 kilograms.
The aim of this project is to improve the company's profitability.
He's constantly causing such awkward problems.
What is the single biggest issue in this election?
The students enjoy answering vocabulary questions and solving mathematical problems.
Let's take a short coffee break. I went home early and had a good night's rest.
Mr. Phillips isn't at work today. He's having a day off.
How many national holidays are there in your country?
I'm hoping to get a part-time job during the summer vacation.
I just got back from a business trip to Korea.
Foreign travel is said to broaden one's horizons.
India was the first stop on the President's six-nation tour of Asia.
Millions of Muslim pilgrims make the journey to Mecca each year.
In Brisbane, it gets light around 4:45 a.m. in midsummer.
The lights are so bright they are hurting my eyes. Lisa's cheerful personality attracts many friends.
Our trip to Hawaii was very enjoyable.
Larry is funny. He often makes amusing jokes.
I found his works interesting, but not exciting.
Why don't you do it yourself if you are so smart? Dolphins are highly intelligent animals.
An old man isn't necessarily a wise man.
He's always maneuvering in a clever way.
This bottle is empty.
This hotel has many vacant rooms.
Write your name in any blank space.
Mr. Davis is very strict about time. He never allows late students to enter his class.
The minister is currently facing severe criticism in the Diet. The electric car is quiet but not silent.
He spoke in a soft voice despite his anger.
The weather is nice and the sea is calm today.
He gave me a friendly pat on the shoulder.
I know him, but I wouldn't say we're close.
One day I caught Mr. Cooper being intimate with his secretary.
Every room in the hotel has a wonderful view of the ocean. We must carefully consider all aspects of the problem.
My whole family came to see me off at the airport. My entire family came to see me off at the airport.
This house is too small for a family of 5 to live in.
This town has many narrow streets and old buildings.
It seems to me that you take a very narrow view of the subject.
A mermaid is an imaginary creature, half woman, half fish.
Janet is a skilled and imaginative jewelry designer.
Computer graphics enable you to create anything imaginable.
I have something important to tell you.
I've been told that it's rare but not valuable.
Our daughter is the most precious thing in the world to us.
Are you sure we are going in the right direction?
This sentence is grammatically correct, but it sounds awkward.
She is very accurate in her calculations. It is not proper to wear a baseball cap on solemn occasions.
He uses a light bat for a fast pitcher.
Let's just take a quick look at that.
I'd say it's still too early to give up.
Beech forests cover large areas of Europe.
The road is not wide enough for 2 vehicles to pass.
She possessed a broad mind and kind heart.
Everything that's been said about him is true.
He was adopted and never met his real parents.
I guarantee that it's a genuine Ming vase.
The actual cost was 20% more than the estimate.